Hello boys and girls. Today we're going to be making an egg, and we're going to be doing some paper weaving. I realize this is something new that we're learning, but I think that you'll be able to do a good job if you just watch this video. The first thing you're going to do is, when you get this paper, on the black line side up near the top, I want you to write your name. And then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to cut the egg out on the line, okay, around it. Don't worry about those lines in the middle. We're going to do something, take care of those in a minute. So just make sure that you're cutting on the line. And the teacher that's with you might need to stop after each step to give you time to do it, and that's fine. And then restart the video or pause it. Okay, what you're going to do next is, you see this kind of gray line in the middle? What you're going to do is you're going to fold, try to fold right on that gray line. All right, as close as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it does sort of need to be close. Okay, and then what you see next, or you see these dotted lines, and they're on both sides, but you just really need to look on one side. And what you're going to do is, on that dotted line, you're going to cut. Try to cut right up to the end. Kept my paper folded. Just cut up to the end on each one. And then this is going to create the space where we're going to do the weaving with the colored strips of paper, all right? Maybe the teacher that's there with you today has already shown you a sample of the completed project. I had one ready for them. Okay. All right, so then what you're going to do is you're going to open this up, kind of flatten it, and then you see you have these little strips, all right? You're going to need probably 5 or 6 of these paper strips. Now, the teacher that's there with you can decide how they want you to have the strips. I have 2 strips of each color. They may allow you to do 3 strips of one color and 3 strips of another, or perhaps even 6 different strips, 1 of each color. I don't really know. Whatever is easier for them, that's fine. I want to make sure that you have time to weave. All right, so what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to start with 1 strip, and then what you do is you just kind of go over and under each of these strips. So I'm just going to start here, kind of at the bottom of my egg, and I'm going to place this here, and then I'm going to go under the very next strip, and which will mean I'll be over the next one, and then under, and then over, and it's kind of like a pattern. Over, and then under, and then over, and then I'm done, okay? And then you're going to want it to hang off on each side. And then something else important that you're going to want to do is, down here at the bottom, you're going to want to slide this strip down as far as it'll go, okay? So then you pick the next color, whichever color you want to use. And this is going to create a checkerboard when I do my next strip. So I don't want to do the strip the same way that I did this one, or it's going to look the same. Okay, so this is wrong. So where this strip is on top, I need to start with this strip underneath so that I don't see it, and then it's going to be under. Now I'm going over the strip, under, over the next one, and you can see how I'm kind of creating now the checkerboard. Under the next one, and then over, and then under, and then over. All right, and then once again, you want to make sure that this bottom strip's snug, and then you want to push this one down so it's snug, hopefully, so that we can fit all of these strips, okay? All right, and then you see how I have the opposite here. All right, so next I'm going to pick up my next strip. All right, and then this one's really going to be like the first one, okay? So where I started this one under the white paper, this one I'm going to start over the white paper. All right, so I'm going to go over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, okay, and once again, just kind of pull these down tight, all right, and then you can see where I'm getting this checkerboard pattern, all right. I'm going to start with the next strip since I did 3 colors, okay, so this one was over, so I'm going to start it under. Now by now, some of you are probably getting the hang of it, and you're ready to continue. Just have to make sure that with each strip you do the opposite. And make sure that you pull it down when you get finished with that strip. You want some overhang on each side. All right, and my yellow strip, this one was underneath, so this one's going to be over. Under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. And I'm really hoping I can fit this last strip in here. Actually, I'm gonna trim it. I don't know. You might have to trim yours a little bit too. I'm just gonna trim a little bit off of it so that it fits. All right, hopefully this will work. This should work a little bit better. Okay, so this one was over. So I'm gonna do under, and this last one might be a little bit tight. Let me make sure these are kind of pulled down. Under, over, this one goes under, over, under again, and over. I just want to be careful not to tear it. Over. Good thing we're cutting the ends off. These look a little ragged. Over. Under. Okay. Now, when you've gotten to this point, the next step is, so that all your hard work doesn't get torn out, you just need to make sure that you have the opposite going on, so it looks like a checkerboard. And then what you're going to do is on each side, you're going to take your glue bottle, and you can use that clear glue that you have in the room, or they can give you white glue, and you're just going to do a little drop. Oop, that came a little bit bigger. And you're going to glue these edges down first. Okay, and I have to do the same thing on this side. Make sure you press it down. Okay. And then you need to flip the whole thing over and do the same thing. So you're going to glue all these down and really press and make sure that they're down. Too. So you can see now this side is actually the side that you would want to display because your name's not on it. You don't see all those lines, okay? This is actually the front of the egg. Okay, so you're just going to make sure sure all of these are pressed down. And then the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to carefully trim right along the edge of the egg. You're going to trim off this excess on both sides. Okay. And those can be thrown away. And then here's our finished woven egg. I can't wait to see your creations, and I'm excited that you learned to do something new. You're going to turn your project into your teacher, and I'm going to look at it, and then I'll get them back to you.